We chat with change agents and swim deep waters in an ongoing exploration of human potential. I'm your host, Christine Chen. Top of mind questions these days: what's going to happen? What's going to happen? If you think it's in the cards, you're going to love today's Esalen Live. Brenda Rose is our guest today. She is a tarot master guide and the creator of the Beauty of Tarot deck. Her soulful master solutions and knowledge of tarot has helped thousands over the years. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me. I'm
I'm
excited to be here today.
so excited to have this happen today. We've never done tarot on Esalen Live. If you're just joining us on Esalen Live, please float in your questions to the chat. If what she's saying is resonating or you appreciate her expertise, put a little heart emoji or a thumbs up emoji in the chat, and please engage with us. This is a very interactive time for us and a new topic on Esalen Live. So,
And
Brenda, tarot.
before we
Oh,
get
yes, go
started,
ahead.
I just want to say one thing about the word tarot. It is a French word, so it could it can be said tarot, like the Spanish say. So like people hesitate to say the word, but I just want to get that out of the way. So you can say it any way you want.
Oh, I see. Thank you, because you said tarot, but I've always heard it as tarot, so it's tomato tomato basically, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So is tarot about awakening our inner guidance, and what's the energy in the cards that helps us do that?
What's so great about tarot, and it's also the thing that frustrates people the most, is that it's just pictures. How am I supposed to know what the card means when it's just a picture? Like, can't you just put words on the cards? But tarot speaks the soul's language because it's guiding you at a soulful level. And so our brain fires differently when we're reading words in a very logical, linear sort of fashion versus when we see art or experience music, right? It's a soulful connection. And
Ah.
that's it's the soul's language because it speaks in pictures.
Well, does it matter then what the deck looks like? So you are the creator of the Beauty of Tarot deck. And so let me pull up Ace of Earth, Ace of Water. For those of you at home watching on Esalen Live, Brenda sent these to me, and I have no knowledge. So I have no idea what I did when I put these together. I could be doing something really awesome or really terrible. So tell us what this means here as I put these two together, and what do these cards and images mean?
Well, the aces, right? Instinctively, we know when there's an ace, it's the first, right? It's an initiation, it's an opening. And the Ace of Earth, which is the first card we have up, is that opening that takes place in the suit of Earth. And the Earth represents anything that is tangible. So your body, it could be that because it's the aces have an impact, a big impact. So this isn't like, hey, I found a penny on the street, which we love, but it's like a new job, a new car, and like it's something that's financially significant because our career and our finances show up in a way that supports our body, our homes, and everything else that's material. So our
So
career
it's
shows.
material, right? So what is that image on the left, Ace of Earth? It looks like crystals rising from the earth to a
It is.
light.
And actually, it's a Vogel crystal in the middle of the card, and it's one of the tools that I use in my own personal practices. So
What does it mean in the context of Ace of Earth?
there's a pristineness, a clarity to it, and you can see that by the light that's above it. It's like it's coming in for you, it's coming in clear, and get excited, pay attention, start saying yes because this new opportunity is coming.
Oh, I see. So something material starts saying yes. So let's go back to that, because I'm always attracted to water. If you at home are attracted to water and agree with me, please let me know. Give me a little support there. What does the Ace of Water mean?
In the same way, right? This is a very ancient chalice from the Roman times, and it literally is coming up, landing on your shores, so to speak, that says there is a new relationship, a new significant person for you to connect with. Now,
Mm.
most clients are going to want this to be romantic, but not all. Sometimes we need a networking, we need a sponsor, we need an idol, something, to come in and inspire us or to connect with us and support us. So in the same way that there's an invitation to say yes and
Mm.
find out who's around, who wants to pay attention, who wants to be with you in relationship.
If you're just joining us on Esalen Live with Brenda Rose, she's a master tarot guide and also the creator of the Beauty of Tarot deck, which is also pronounced Beauty of Tarot deck. We're going to look at more cards. She's going to do a mini reading for me on a topic that might resonate with you as well about letting go. So hold on, please stay with us for that. But first, let's go through a couple of more elements here. Ace of Fire, Ace of Air.
So fire is the right. So I love this lightning bolt that just comes in because is an inspiration, right? The right Latin root word of inspiration is with spirit, right? So it's like this flash, this download that you're going to get, whether it's a creative inspiration, right, the muse, or it's a spiritual awakening. But it's something that before I was going through my life, and now something makes total sense. It's completely clear, right? So it's a game changer. Like
Yes,
you've been ignited from within, right? That spark. And that's what's represented all through the suit of fire. And then the ace of air is the same, but for the intellect, right? For the mind that says, before I looked at the world this way, and now maybe I'm turned 90 degrees and I can see things more clearly. I can see further. I've got new ideas. I need to share. I need to speak. I'm making more sense of things and understanding, and I'm empowered to move forward.
Does this resonate with anybody at home? Because just even these two cards also are resonating with me. Let me know if you're connecting with any of this. Let Brenda know that you are. King of Earth, Queen of Earth. So if we're looking at Earth as the material, what does this
Mhm.
mean?
Well, these people. These are people who are really grounded, right? The king of earth, both the king and queen, they represent both the characteristics and the embodiment, but also they can be people that you need to draw into your life depending on how the spread shows up. So the king of earth is someone who likes to call the shots, someone who is very clear about the rules and likes a schedule and needs a plan to move forward. He's not Mr. Oh, you had the inspiration of the ace of fire. Okay, good. Let's just do that. He needs to see the financials. Right. And the queen of earth, this is sometimes literally thought about as mother earth. This is someone who's like, hey kids, let's go out in the woods and go on an adventure. Like that's what they're like. That's like they're just at home in the earth, in the surf, like they're just good anywhere that's in nature. And very,
Okay.
very, very patient, like nature is, right?
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they're reliable. So I think maybe
Right.
that's what you're saying as well. Okay, Hill
Very,
Hutchison says yes with about a million S's. So
very
thank you, thank you for that. Judgment and temperance. I feel like these two together are like really complicated.
Well, I'm going to start with temperance on this one. So I'm going to start. The temperance card is actually something so relevant, I think, for today, because the temperance says, "I understand what's happened in the past. I understand the future's not here, and I am finding my own serenity and my own sweet surrender into peace in the moment."
Wow.
And so and you can see, obviously the Buddha hands are holding the dove of peace, and you have the angel wings in the background that says, there is divine purpose here. I just don't understand it yet in my human mind, but I can put my faith in that, and I can be patient for my unfolding and my human understanding.
Mm.
And it's a very beautiful card.
Ah.
You picked a perfect card.
Oh. Well, you sent them to me as examples, but you also offered to do a three-card reading for me. But here's what I want to do is if you're watching this, and I know there's several of you that are just really into it because none of you have gone anywhere. um, I'm gonna, my question for Brenda, she asked me, what is something I'm really thinking about considering right now? And I'm thinking about letting go of something. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but it's been something that's been important to me, has been significant for me, has changed me, but I'm thinking about letting it go. So if you would like to engage with this, maybe you could put in the chat something you're thinking about letting go. And maybe this reading could be, I don't know if this is possible, but this reading could be for all of us who are thinking about letting go because we're all in together right now. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
it works like that, right? Because there's a energetic resonance.
Oh,
So
amazing. Okay, so I'm going to put Brenda full screen. Put in the chat what it is that you're thinking about letting go and connect with me in this process of the tarot reading. about letting go. And it's a 3 card pull. She'll explain it, and then maybe you can show the cards as well. Rebecca
Okay.
says, letting go of body shame. I hear you.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I have to giggle because there are 78 cards in the deck, and I just pulled a 3 card spread for any of my number geeks out there. 2 of the cards that I pulled out of the 3 were ones that we covered. So,
Okay. Well, Amelia says, letting go of a relationship that no longer serves me. So mine has to do with something that is part of my skill set, and Rebecca's is body, and Amelia's is relational. So, oh, and Hilly said, letting go of being the perfect mother. Roll. Okay. So we've got a 3 card pull. Here we go.
okay. Thank you. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for showing up. So the core issue says that it's the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune says everything is possible. And when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, I just always think, get excited. The universe is offering you options. It's up to you to really clarify in your own heart, like drop in, spend some time journaling, spend some time just reflecting, even in your waking, walking life. This is what I long for. This is the next step on my journey. This is where I'm really ready to lean in. Be clarifying that in your heart, in your mind, because you're going to match up with what is available. Because when you get the Wheel of Fortune, get excited. Again, there are 78 cards. You don't always get it. So you have it. So focus not even on what you have, but what you're longing for, and then create the opening for it, which would imply letting go of something.
Brenda, will
So,
you hold up the Wheel of Fortune so that we can see it?
oh yeah, of course.
And I think Clarity Carlton says letting go of doubt. Reagan says letting go of not being enough. And Chrissy, we're talking about what to let go of. And this is a 3 card pull for everyone who's in this interview talking about letting go. And Brenda's just explained the Wheel of Fortune is saying, like, we have options.
And
So weird, Brenda, because that is exactly the conversation I just had with a friend. She's like, you
oh,
have some options. She literally
and
said, you have some options.
you have, and actually, when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, you have endless options, but you have to create space for the grace, right? So that you're right in sync. It's already happening. And then, excuse me. Of course, next we have the Ace of Air, which we've already talked about, right?
Oh my
And
goodness.
I know what
I'm
says.
freaking out a little bit. Is anyone else freaking out a little bit?
That's why I was laughing. I'm like, this is unbelievable. Statistically speaking, this never happens, right? Never.
Wow.
And so what this says is underneath those options are because these options were always available to you, but you weren't ready. You weren't
Ah,
ready for it. Now your mind has shifted and softened to allow these options to become available. So that's what's already rushing in. So keep clarifying what you've been thinking about, what you've been going over. It doesn't matter if it's been days or decades. It doesn't matter. You're ready. The opening has been seized upon by the universe. Okay, so keep up the good work. Keep clarifying, because it's going to change how you see your life, how you see you in your life. It's going to keep that transformation going. And then the final card, which of course is the King of Earth.
I have goosebumps, by the way, Brenda, because that was literally part of the conversation I also just had, which was you will know when it's time. You just have to make the space for it. I'm freaking. Is
I
anyone
know.
else freaking
It's
out?
it's perfect. And this is the beauty of tarot, because I always say to clients, on one hand, I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. On the other hand, I'm going to pull into focus what you're ready for, what's happening, what's the most auspicious thing for you to focus on now. Right. And it's so confirming, and it's really helpful. And so our closing card here, which is the highest good, right? The highest outcome that's available, is the stability of the King of Earth. Now, not knowing lots of details around each of these inquiries, what I would say is that even though there's been some spinning about what's been going on, is it time? Is it ready? Was this disrespectful? Is this, I don't mean to reject anything, but, whatever stories you have in your head, this steadiness that is ready to unfold as you step forward. And usually when we think about stepping forward, we don't think steadiness. We think like, okay, I'm going to have to work really hard. I'm going to have to recreate. This is an old habit. It's going to be in there. Like, no, 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 no. This is so ready for you as you are ready for this transformation. So it brings in steadiness and unconditional love.
Well, this
So
is crazy because literally the reason that I'm thinking about letting go is for more stability. I
This is the beauty of
Amelia,
love.
Amelia says goosebumps. Also, Clarity says start calling the allies. We are making life amazing from now on. Yes, we are. Amelia says steadiness is bringing tears to my eyes. Me too, Amelia. And she says thank you. Oh, it's in the
Mhm.
cards. A couple more here. This blew me away before we share with you that you can meet Brenda in person. Rebecca, prayer hands. Thank you, Rebecca. The Fool, the Hangman, the High Priestess. This little page here with these three cards feels dangerous to me. I don't know why.
Promise you, it's the Hanged Man. No one likes to think about being upside down. But you said in our little pre-chat, you said that you were a chakra girl. So think of the Hanged Man as I'm leading with my crown chakra.
Mm,
I'm leading with the divine, right?
yeah. No,
And
I like being
and
upside down. Inversions are like, how do you practice stability upside down when your world is upside down? So the Fool and the High Priestess, and then we're going to tell you how you can meet Brenda.
so the Fool is it's the first card in the deck. And again, remember that tarot came from the French word, right? And it's really the one who is naive. This is unknown. I've never been this way before. It's all unknown. So that's
Mm.
how you think of this. So if each one of you were able to release that which you considered, you would be entering the area of the Fool, right? Because you've never lived without this, or not recently, anyhow,
Mm.
right? So it's like excitement. It's opening a whole new world. And the High Priestess is the one who reminds you that even though this earth school that we live in is all bright and shiny and very compelling, it's not the only world. And so remember that your magic lives in the other world. Take care of that as well.
I love it so much. Reagan says, sounds like we need to trust. It's okay to step forward here. Ooh, Reagan, Rebecca, Amelia, all the peeps, Clarity,
Yes.
Chrissy, Hilly, please let us know in the chat before we go if that resonated with you, and I think it did, and maybe how too. I love that you all shared what it is that you want to let go of, and then maybe together we can step forward. I love that. Meet Brenda, you must. Learning to row, awakening the magic of your own inner guidance. That's happening March 28th through April 1st at Esalen. That's her workshop. But that's why we do these things here on Esalen Live, because just in case you can't make it, you were able to meet her here and get a little mini reading. Hilly says, I'm busy taking notes and clearing tears. I got you. I feel you. Brenda Rose, it's been amazing. I hope this all helped you at home. Step
Thank you.
forward. In the words of Reagan, step forward. In the words of Rebecca, ready. I'm ready. Christophe, Sylvie, thank you. You're welcome. Amelia, thank you. Resonates deeply. You go on and on. Brenda, get on Facebook and talk to all your fans here. Brenda's going to get on Facebook so you can continue making comments and she will still talk to you and give you a little insight, a little bit more. But try to make her workshop, okay? Have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.